Hey, this is the Middling Mage, and I know that I said yesterday that I was going to wait until my daughter, Caribou, got home from school today to take a look at it, but I wasn't able to sleep very well last night because the dogs kept me up, and during that I just kept thinking about the deck, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized I kind of fallen into a trap, and that trap is what I generally see advised against all the time, and that is the rare trap. You get your promo rare, you get something that sounds really interesting, really fun. In my case, it was a Trotta. I love alt-win conditions. I'm a Johnny at heart. And so I really wanted to force blue. And so, as I've been already saying, I wanted to get a blue rare. And then I got a Trotta, which just seemed super fun. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to win because of her condition. It just wasn't going to happen. But I just thought it just seemed fun. I mean, it was removal on a stick. It would certainly draw their attacks and certainly draw their removal because they just couldn't let it stay on the battlefield. And, I mean, there was the one game where I won with it. But the problem was I very quickly realized I had no 3-drops. And I even commented that I had no 3-drops. But for whatever reason, I just kept going and just kept forcing it and completely ignored my other colors. So this morning, after taking the kids and the wife to school, I came back and I started trying other color combinations. And what I discovered is Esper. And there was no doubt about it. I had some good green cards. I love the Hatchery Spider. If I can get it down, it's going to really be powerful. I was never able to get it down in my last few games, but I thought I could possibly get it down this time. And as I started looking at my white cards, I saw that white had a lot of good removal. White had a lot of good options. And, you know, I certainly faced off against a lot of Selesnya in my last few matches. And it seemed to me that my problem was that I just kind of forced blue when there really just wasn't anything to support it. So I took out blue and most of the black. I kept the black splash for the Guild Mage, the Assassin's Trophy, and then this Lurcher and Undercity Uprising. I mean, it's possible that I should even cut the Lurcher or the Guild Mage, but I really think the Undercity Uprising and the Guild Mage do a good job of allowing me to get in for some damage. This one by giving Menace, this one by giving everything Death Touch. I mean, the Assassin's Trophy is absolutely splashable, so I was never going to not splash black for this. So the Rhizoom Lurcher, I feel like there's a good chance I'm going to have a lot of dead stuff in this build, especially because I've got a lot of early drops. And so I think there's a very good chance this is going to come down as a 5/5 or 6/6 for 4. And being able to come down on, say, turn 5 or 6 as a 6/6 is going to be super helpful. It's going to draw removal. It's going to allow me to potentially get back after having them destroy a few of my creatures. So I really think this is best. I mean, the other things I gained here is I gained some Convoke. I gained the Flight of the Equinox, which I already wanted to play. I'd seen it go over really well in other people's streams and decks. So it just seemed to me like this was where I needed to be. I think this is going to help feed the Undergrowth for Hatchery Spider a lot better than my last build. I mean, if nothing else, I've got a lot of creatures here, whereas I just didn't have a lot in the last one. Yes, I lose my Capture Spheres, but I gain the Righteous Blow, and I also gain Collar the Culprit, which I think Collar the Culprit is largely going to be as good as Capture Sphere, if not potentially better because of the Destroy. So I think this is going to work out. I've got a lot of things that can still kill. I've got the Death Touch. I've got the Uprising. So I still think this is going to do well. And I've got more Flyers here too, which will allow me to survive better against Flyers. So I think I'm going to give this a shot. Yeah, I'm not, again, positive that this is the best build. I thought briefly about trying to see if adding red was better. Of course, if I added red, I would lose most of my rares. I would get the Hatchery Spider. I'd still get the Dawn of Hope. But I would have to lose Assassin's Trophy. And that just doesn't seem like a good enough trade. I mean, yeah, I get the Sonic Assault. Yeah, I get the Hypothesizzle. And that's nice. But I just don't think there's enough in red to really justify being in red. You know, I've got some decent stuff here. And I think if I had some good Boros rares, I would absolutely be in Boros. Maybe splashing green. Or maybe just Selesnya splashing red. But I just really think that this is where I need to be. So we're going to give this a shot. Hopefully my daughter will forgive me. Caribou, if you watch this later, sorry, I just couldn't quite I couldn't quite help but give it a shot. And we'll see if maybe we can at least get a second win. I'd really like to get a second win, so at least we get up to the 600 gems point. Of course, I would love to be all the way up here, 6 wins, where I basically pay for my entire sealed event, but that's just not going to happen, not with the way we started out. So we'll just give it our best. Can we do this? I don't know. Feel free to give feedback on the display. I mean, I like this. Alright, it does make the gameplay itself kind of small, but I like being able to be on screen. I like having people be on screen when I'm watching streamers. Alright, so we've got a turn 2 Shieldmate. We've got the Righteous Blow that we can take out something key. Yeah, and if we draw another land, we got the Champion. I think this is good. I'd rather have 3 lands, but I think this is going to be okay. So go Plains. Jesse Vandes. Opponent is on black. So we'll go ahead and play the Forest so we can get our Shieldmate down. I think that's worth more than putting down the Guildgate. Deadweight's our creature, so it did. Oh, that's a shame, but that's okay. So, I mean, that really now puts us at Champion next turn, unless we draw a land. If we draw a land, I think we'll do the Patrol. So, we'll go ahead and do the Patrol. Good old Pegasus Courser. He's got his own Blade Instructor. Alright, well I definitely think I'm going to want to go ahead and Righteous Blow to the Blade Instructor, but I can't really do that until it's actually doing something. Now I could attack now with the intention of drawing the block here. I have 1 creature in my graveyard, so this would come in and I'd gain 1 life. That's not bad. A 4/4, gaining 1 life, or I can Righteous Blow to kill one of these creatures. If I kill this, this is going to stay a 2/4, which is rough. Yeah, I think in this case what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to let out Champion, hold up the Righteous Blow, so that I can kill the Blade Instructor during attacks. It's a shame, because it's still going to trigger and put the counter on the Rock Charger, but I think it's absolutely where I need to be. He goes attacking. Alright, he's going to put the counter on that. We'll just go ahead and kill the Blade Instructor. Still going to get his counter, but we'll be able to block, and no harm, no foul. Now, he could respond by doing his own Righteous Blow here. Okay, status. Okay. I'm actually okay with him using that there. Now, yeah, I've got the Undercity Uprising. That gives my creatures Death Touch, so I can use this to kill his Rock Charger, but I just don't think it's worth it. So we're going to go ahead and do the Crawl Forgers. Gain 2 life. Or was it just 1? And we're going to go ahead and... no attacks. Maybe I should have attacked. Give him the option to trade. I don't think I really want to. I think I want to start creating... Oof, this is going to be rough. Yeah. So we're definitely going to want to... We're definitely going to want Undercity Uprising, because we want to kill at least this big guy, and we can't kill both, unfortunately. This is a sorcery, so it does telegraph it. So let's just go ahead and do this, and we will have this creature kill this creature. And then I guess we might as well just go to combats and attack. I mean, he can, of course, jump. Maybe I should have done this. No, because then I would have just died. And we'll go to the end of turn. So it's still pretty rough. Ooh. So he's got some token producers with his Divine Visitation, I assume. That's going to be potentially pretty rough. We have no way of dealing with that enchantment. So we've just got to really hope that he doesn't actually have a good and reliable way to create tokens. We might as well just keep pressing the attack. And then we can do this at the end of his turn. Make ourselves a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Alright, there's his Pitiless Gorgon. That's a shame. So he can keep on pressing the attack. We need something to deal with this Gorgon. Now we'll just create this. Because if I attack, he kills this and takes, what, 3 damage? And I just don't know that that's worth it. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I think we just got to keep hoping that we can draw into one of our removal spells. We've got any number of decent removal spells that'll get us back in the game. Ooh, Mara. That is not good. So now that's our primary target here. We have got to deal with that. Make ourselves our token. Alright, well, if we attack with everybody... Let's see, if we play the Blade Instructor and then attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then he's got to block. And most likely what he blocks with is the Gorgon on the Let of Champion and the Fresh-Faced Recruit he might just let through. But we've got to press the attack. Because with him being able to start getting in with Amara and creating 4/4 angels, we're pretty much at the point now where we've got to start doing stuff here. Okay, so who is that attacking? Okay, it's them blocking. That one doesn't really matter. I guess we'll do Amara first. Getting him down to 4. I mean, this isn't ideal, but we are still one really good removal spell away from winning this. Let's attack with that, create a 4/4, and we win. That really was, whoo! That was scary there for a bit. Alright, we'll go ahead and go to attacks. Put the token on there. He can block here and then take 6. Well, that definitely felt like that was a lot smoother. Okay, well, good. So I like that. And we get a nice red-green deck. Primal Fury. Alright. Whoo, can we do this again? I think so. I think we can manage this. I'm definitely liking the white cards. A lot more than I thought I would. That definitely seemed to be going well. I wish we had gotten that enchantment that made the angels. That was neat. We've got a decent number of ways to make tokens, so it would have been great if we had gotten it, but it just wasn't to be. Arch Gamer! Oh, boo! We literally can't do anything. Yeah, literally. I mean, do we mulligan, or do we just hope we draw any lands? If we're against Boros, we're just dead. But any land aside from a full, yeah. Mulligan. Okay, I guess we can keep that. And yeah, I think we definitely want to get another land on top. So, let's go ahead and just start. Let's go Guildgate go. We could have gotten a hunted witness down, but I don't think it's really worth it to slow us down later just to be able to play a turn 1 hunted witness. Turn 2 hunted witness seems just as good, especially since our opponent is on Demir. So, Nightveil Sprite. We can attack and offer the trade. Whenever it attacks, it's going to surveil. That's unfortunate. Yeah, nothing to be done here. I guess we can just go ahead and just play our Skyline Scout and pass the turn. I mean, I don't see the point in offering the trade. I mean, yeah, we get a 1/1 with lifelink, but I'd rather save that later for chump blocking. Of course, it won't help us against the Nightveil. See, it looks like he's got the surveilling that I really wanted our pool to have. I say he. Yeah, who knows. Keep it on top. Spinal Centipede. Unfortunate. As is this hand. I mean, we can go ahead and get in for 2. Is it worth it to get in for 2 here? I mean, the other option is that we stay back and block here and give them a +1/+1 counter on their flyer. Am I going to want to block this? I don't think I am. So I think we just go ahead and get in the damage while we can. And then we can just chump here to prevent the 3 damage and get a lifelinker. I think that's worth it. Surveils. Well, a land gives us a 4/4. I just don't think Assassin's Trophy is worth using right now. Well, that's just really a shame. I definitely think this deck is better than our last one, but we are not... We're really just not getting paid off because we're not getting our lands. Yeah, we'll definitely chump block here. Let him surveil. Pretty much just keeping it all on top. And he's not doing anything, which is what's really weird to me. Alright, there's his Doom Whisperer. There's his super scary rare. Oh no! Oh, this is so bad. Well, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I definitely think we were right to mulligan. Having 2 off-colored lands in your opening hand is just... It's not going to help you. And, yeah, it would have been great had we been able to actually do anything here. Yeah, I think we just got to chump. Gain the life. Lose 7. So, down to 11. Yeah, I mean, this game is pretty much just over. Which is just really a shame, because I definitely think this is the better deck than the one we had. I think our opponent's deck is incredible. Alright, well, we finally get one of our lands. We can cast our Conclave Cavalier for all the good it's going to do, because they're going to attack us for 9, 10. Anything that pumps pretty much just ends this. Any kind of pump or removal spell here, and this game is over. And it's going to be over next turn, because we don't have any board wipes. So I guess we'll just attack. Send a message. That message is, I'm sad. But yeah, what you gonna do? I mean, when you just don't hit your land drops, there's really just not much you can do. Yeah. Come on. Put me out of my misery. Draws a card. Comes in to attack for 10. Surveils. To the top again. Doesn't really matter at this point. And now is where we find out that through a bug we get a board wipe. Well, I mean, we can go ahead and do this. Call the culprit. Say good game. And concede. And there we go. Well, I mean, again, there's not much I can say here. I really think we did the best we could have with what we got. But, you know, it's just hard to do. You know, it's hard to undo that initial misbuild. And that misbuild really hurt us. Caused us to lose our first two out of 3 losses. This one we were going to lose just because of variance, and that happens. So, you know, it's a shame, but I'm still pretty happy with it, and I really like the set. Alright, let's get our prize. 3 packs, 600 gems. And I'm going to start looking at that myself. Now, what I like to do is I actually like to open these up. I actually keep track of all this stuff in a little spreadsheet, just so that I know what I have and what I need. So that's part of the reason why you're not going to see me opening these packs in this video. If people really care, I can actually... No, I can do it. We can open it up. Let's go ahead and take them. We'll open them up. Let's see what we get. Rock Charger. Certainly worked well for our opponent that one game. Smelt Ward Minotaur. I don't particularly care for that. I mean, 3 for a 2/3 that, you know, if I'm in a Spell Slinger deck, it's going to be able to get through, but if I'm in a Spell Slinger deck, I don't really care to have this. This is really, I think, for Boros, just to help get in a few points. Capture Sphere, I like. Erstwhile Trooper. Alright, this is good for fueling the undergrowth. Artful Takedown is awesome. Urban Utopia is, it's the occasional... every set seems to have this one card, and this is this set's. Is it Guildgate? This is the second one. This is B. Night of Autumn! This is a great card. I mean, I love this card. I just love being able to have a card that's good, main deck, that's main deckable, that has variance. I mean, I either get a 4/3 for 3, which is wonderful, or I destroy target artifact or enchantment, which is also great, and get a 2/1, or I gain 4 life and get a 2/1. So it's great. I think this is going to end up being in a lot of sideboard decks. Maybe no. Well, it's not an elf, so it's a dryad. It's knight. Not that knight tribal is a thing in modern, but still fun. All right, let's take a look at our next pack. And True Fire Captain. I love this card. A 4/3 with Mentor means it's almost certainly going to mentor something. Yeah, it's going to die quickly. It's going to die, but when it dies, it's going to do damage. So it's guaranteed to get through at least 3 damage when it attacks, which is wonderful. And then it gives a +1/+1 counter. Nightfell Predator, he was in my original Seal deck. I like him, but I mean, the Hexproof is interesting, and the Death Touch on a 3/3 is interesting. So it's a confluence of abilities that I'm just not sure work well, but still, I mean, it means if someone's going to block it, it's going to die. The only way to kill it is in combat, and that means it's going to take something with it, which is good. Never happened. I mean, I love the meme of it. I love the picture, but I don't love the card. Command the Storm, it's fine. Luminous Bonds, always great. Skyline Scout, I mean, it's passable. It allowed me to get a couple points of damage. And it's a place to dump your mana late game, so I think this is good. And Backdoor Guildgate, I think. Camaraderie! Where are all these Selesnya rares in our pool? Okay, gain X life, draw X cards. X is the number of creatures you control. Creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. I mean, I like it all right, but it doesn't have Convoke, which I really wish I had Convoke. And I can only really use it at the beginning of combat. I mean, I can do it after combat, I guess, but why would I want to? I think you really want to do this before combat, which kind of telegraphs everything. So I don't love it. And what do we get here? Wild card, always good. True Fire Captain, again, already good. Front Door Guildgate. Prey Upon, awesome. Veiled Shade, yeah, it's alright. Cosmotronic Wave. I mean, it's killed me, so I can't complain too much. Barging Sergeant, I like this. It's got Haste and Mentor, which means, out of nowhere, then all of a sudden their combat math is off, so that's good. And Assure... all my rares have been Selesnya. That's kind of funny. Assure Assemble. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Creature gains Indestructible. Not a bad little combat trick. Not a bad little thing to save your dude. I like that. And then Assemble. 6 for 2. 6 for 3 2/2s. Yeah, I'd take that. Again, I mean, it seems like they're really pushing green-white knights, which, I mean, that's alright. There's some good green knights. But, again, not really loving it. So there we go. So, all in all, had a lot of fun. Didn't quite do as well as I wanted to, but I think I did well enough to where I'm definitely going to want to do this again. And I think that Sealed is just a lot of fun. I really enjoy Sealed because it feels like a puzzle. More so than Draft. So what I might do next, I'll probably do another Sealed, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow, and see how that goes. Try to get myself ready for going to our Sealed event on Sunday. Caribou and I are going to go to a Sealed event on Sunday. Hopefully that goes well. If nothing else, I hope she at least has fun. I hope she plays against nice people. Everybody out there, if you're going to a Sealed event this weekend, play nice. You're going to have people like me who are just kind of casual, fun, like playing it, but generally know the rules. And then you're going to have people like my daughter who know the rules, but are still learning and need to be helped, need to be played nice with, and need to be encouraged. Because the thing that we want more than anything for this game is for it to be a safe place for people to go have fun. There's a lot of just negativity out in the world. There's a lot of just hate in the world, and it doesn't need to be in this game. We just need to have fun and just remember that it's a game. So if you're playing this weekend, just keep that in mind. If you're playing against me, be gentle. If you're playing against my daughter, be nice. And if you're playing against anybody else, do the same. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Goodbye.